The Ohio Federation of Teachers accusing a Columbus charter school of union busting. NBC4's Jamie Ostroff first reported on efforts to form a teachers union at KIPP Columbus. That was back in November.
And Jamie joins us now with the details of a formal complaint filed with the U.S. Department of Labor. Jamie?
Well, Jared, things are a bit stalled now, and the OFT filed an unfair labor practices charge with the National Labor Relations Board, and it accuses KIPP of interfering with, restraining, and coercing employees who want to hold a union election. Specific allegations include using unknown amounts of public funding to pay for an outside consultant to come in and talk to teachers using an alias.
I absolutely love my job.
Andrew Mensa is a high school math teacher at KIPP Columbus.
And so I'm blessed, thankful that I get to do it where I'm doing it.
He's taught there for 11 years, more than any other teacher. He's also one of 12 KIPP employees trying to organize a union vote.
The overall goal is to increase student achievement. And I believe, and a lot of us believe, that best happens when they have teachers that are there year after year.
According to the Ohio Federation of Teachers, 78% of KIPP Columbus's 134 workers signed cards in November to hold a vote to form that union. That vote still has not happened.
We have organized 9 charter schools in Ohio so far, and we have not seen union busting as aggressive as this.
That's Melissa Cropper, president of the Ohio Federation of Teachers. She stepped away from a conference in Philadelphia to tell me about the allegations behind this unfair labor practices charge the OFT filed against KIPP.
They decided to engage in this union busting and hire a firm to come in and have these captive audience meetings.
In other words, the meetings are mandatory and happening in the middle of the school day.
We get to school around 7:45, and then around 7:55, you get an email that you're going to a meeting for anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and 45 minutes, which as a teacher is a significant portion of the day.
Mensa says he's looked forward to having conversations about the pros and cons of teachers' unions, unlike what he's describing.
Turned out to be a lot of one-sided conversations, a lot of, no, this is the way it is, and this is what they're going to do. And
he says the consultant would not share her last name.
Didn't want to tell you their last name.
No, it was a little interesting. So, but she said it was for her safety, and I didn't want to pry. So it's like,
why
okay.
is it unsafe?
I do not know. That's a good question.
According to this complaint filed by the OFT, that consultant had been using an alias and hasn't filed the required paperwork.
The purpose of this is because employees have the right to know who is talking to them about the union, so they can determine for themselves whether this person has a bias or not, and also deserves to know how much their employer is paying for those services.
KIPP Columbus respects the rights of our teammates to organize, and that right is equally held with the right to not organize, KIPP told me in a statement. We encourage all of our colleagues to consider all relevant information from multiple sources about what it would mean to join a union and what the collective bargaining process entails. Many of our colleagues have asked questions about these topics, and we have worked diligently to ensure those questions are answered promptly. All right, so this right here is actually one of the flyers KIPP posted in an employee break room to answer the questions you just heard about. It claims unionizing causes employees to give up their seat at a table for a third party, and it says that unionizing doesn't guarantee that it will actually benefit the workers. KIPP did not answer my question about how much it paid for the consultant. And as a charter school, KIPP is run by a private company. However, it is funded almost entirely by the state's general education fund, meaning your tax dollars and lottery profits.